time. Let me get back to the sign. In case you would like to get in touch or something like that. Hidden Meanings, Post Office Box 569, Forked River, New Jersey, 08731. And our website is www.hiddenmeanings.com. And for email, bdona910782000 at yahoo.com. I was thinking deeply the other day about something, and I don't know if it'll make sense to you. With me, there's no belief necessary, no faith necessary. It's just things to talk about. But it was the concept of God and being an atheist. And what I came up with and what I was thinking about is I said, gee, based on how civilization seems to operate on this planet, it may well be that everybody is an atheist. That the biggest group in the world are atheists. And of course, a lot of people are obviously terribly freaked out over that. But let me ask you a question. Let me say, for instance, you're a Christian, and I come up to you and I say, hey, do you believe that Hare Krishna is God? And you say, why, of course not. All right. Now, just for the sake of this discussion, nothing else, just for the sake of this discussion, what if Hare Krishna turns out to be God? That would mean you're an atheist, because you don't believe in God, you believe in what somebody else told you they believe is God. It's the same thing with the Hindu who believes in Hare Krishna. If I go up and I say, do you believe that the God of the Christians is God? And they say, of course not. But if the God of the Christians turns out to be God, then that Hindu is an atheist, because he doesn't believe in God. He believes in a story somebody else told him. Same thing with a Jew. If you ask a Jew, do you believe Allah is God? He said, no, I don't believe in Allah. But if Allah turns out to be God, then that Jew has to be an atheist. And this is the same thing with the Muslim. If you ask the Muslim, do you believe that the God of the Christians and the Jews is... Oh, no. Well, if it turns out that the God of the Christians and the Jews is God, then the Muslim is an atheist. You see? So, in other words, what it appeared to me to be is that we have created God in our image and likeness. In other words, God turns out to be whatever our culture is comfortable with. See? So that would mean that if our culture has, through tradition, come up with a God or a story of God or an explanation of God that turns out to be not the real God, then we're all atheists. Because we're not believing in a true existence of God, because we've never heard about it, but we are believing in a story that was told to us in the culture that we happened to be born in. Now, let's say, for instance, you take all of the different cultures. You have people in tribal groups in the jungles that believe in different kind of gods and all of this kind of stuff. And, everybody has their favorite god. But let's say that all the gods in all of the various cultures turn out not to be the real God. Then it would mean that everybody is an atheist. Because everybody believes in what they were told by somebody else in their group that wanted them to think the way they do. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, all that a person knows as far as belief is concerned is what they have been trained to believe. And they all believe it. I mean, if you're a Muslim, you believe it. If you're a Jew, you believe it. If you're a Christian, you believe it. A Hindu, whatever it is, they all believe it. But if it turns out that these different stories, and there's none of them that are, the same, if it turns out that they're all wrong, then we turn out to be believing in something that basically is what our particular group wants us to believe in, and it could be very, very wrong, even though we all believe our group has the right God. So then we all wind up being atheists. And that's why I've always liked that quote from the Oracle of Delphi in the mythology. The Oracle of Delphi said, "To your own self be true." And that's why in the scriptures that you read, it says, the kingdom of God, which you want to call God, is within you. Because, I mean, let's be honest about it. All you know about quote-unquote God is what you've been told by somebody else. Oh, no, I read the Bible. I believe in the Bible. Well, somebody else believes in the Koran. Somebody else believes in a different version of the Bible. Somebody else believes in the Bhagavad Gita. Somebody else believes in the works of Buddha. I mean, everybody seems to believe that their thing is the right thing, It seems to be, whatever my group says is God is true. So there's a very, very, very strong possibility that what we have referred to as God turns out to be an alien, turns out to be a photon in the quantum realm of light, subatomic. And nobody knows, But yet, in each one of our beliefs, including Christianity, we find ourselves immersed in stories about quote-unquote God that are filled with wild types of mythologies and symbols of talking snakes and talking bushes and opening rivers and all of this kind of stuff. Becomes, a very, very, very interesting thing, doesn't it? Okay, well, anyhow, I appreciate the fact that you joined with me, and I just wanted to plug that in your ear, see if we could stir up something. We'll see you. Bye-bye.